PFF also had, they ranked the NFL's top 100 free agents and predicted where they would sign, which was very interesting. Number 4 was Kenny Gallaudet. And their prediction is that the Lions are going to franchise tag him. But if Detroit decides not to franchise tag him, they believe that the Giants are going to sign him for 4 years, $85 million with $57.5 million guaranteed, total guaranteed, $37.5 million fully guaranteed. It's like, $20 million a year. Ooh, I don't know. I mean, if he had played all 16 games this year and had 1,000 yards receiving and 10 touchdowns, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. It's just that hip thing. I had him on my fantasy team. Okay. I feel a little butthurt about it because it's like, dude, every week it was like questionable, out. Like, okay, great. Thanks. So I'm a little butthurt about it, but big body guy, they need a big body receiver. I'm not as high on this as I was. What's weird here is I don't know if they're saying if the Giants don't sign Golladay. I kind of put this note here because, the salary cap, like I said, the salary cap situation is a little cloudy at the moment. So it's like, if we do sign Kenny Golladay, is PFF saying that we're also going to sign Curtis Samuel, Carolina Panthers receiver, who's the 43rd ranked, who's 43rd on their list of free agents? I don't know that we're going to get both. If we get both, whoa, I just financially don't think it's possible. So in my head, I'm thinking if we don't sign Golladay, then we can sign Curtis Samuel. And honestly, I almost feel better about signing Curtis Samuel than I do Kenny Golladay. It's a lot of money to give to Golladay. Samuel, it feels like he's a little more, fits better within just the culture, the philosophy, and not having like that crazy high contract receiver. The PFF estimates 3 years, $25 million annually. So it would be $8 million annually. 15 million guaranteed, 10 million fully guaranteed at signing, which dude, we're paying Golden Tate like 10 million a year. So if you can, and Samuel's like what, 20, he's like 26, 27. So I like that deal a lot. And I like it because it at least gives us a little more flexibility with trying to fill in some other need positions or to re-sign the 20th ranked free agent, 20th best free agent on PFF's list, Leonard Williams. Of course, they predict that the Panthers are going to sign him for 4 years, $80 million, $47.5 million total guaranteed, $32.5 million fully guaranteed. I mean, we franchise tagged him at what, 16, 17 million for the year. And we thought, we'll re-sign him for like 5 years, 4 years, 15 mil a year, 20 mil a year, dude. I don't know if I'd be willing to pay that. Meanwhile, Dalvin Tomlinson comes in at number 39 on their list, and they do believe that we're going to re-sign him 4 years, 52.5 mil for an annual per year average of 13.125 mil with 26.5 mil guaranteed and almost 17 mil fully guaranteed at signing. I mean, yeah, you got to keep one of them. You can't lose both. That's for sure. So, and I had said before, if you're going to let one walk, maybe it is Leonard Williams. But then he put on a goddamn show towards the end there. When I was talking about that, it was early on. It was like maybe trade deadline or earlier. So like October, I was talking about that and I was like, probably want to let Leonard walk. But given that, on 20 mil a year, and is he going to give you 11 and a half sacks again? And then it kind of like rolls out you getting an edge rusher. Whereas maybe if you go with Tomlinson, you can still find that edge rusher who can make up for the loss of production from Leonard Williams. And then I thought this one was interesting too or there's two more actually. One's not so much a prediction, more of a suggestion. But at number 45, we have Yannick Ngakoue. And the prediction here is the Giants signed Ngakoue for 4 years, 70 mil with 30 million fully guaranteed at signing. And I don't hate that. I know he only had like 8 or 9 sacks, but he's had 8 or more sacks in the past 2 or more seasons or something like that. And, we saw what he did when we played him in Baltimore. So I think that's a reasonable price considering like that's what we need you to get pressures and sacks and hits. And so if he can come close to putting up the numbers that Leonard Williams did on the edge from a quarterback pressure standpoint, we're basically, it's a 1-for-1 almost. The fact that I don't know that we're going to get all of those people, dude. We're not going to make all those signings. That's not going to happen unless we get really creative with restructuring contracts, which I tried to do on Spot Track and it didn't work out like I thought. But this is not a prediction, but more of a suggestion. PFF also thinks the Giants should target Hassan Reddick, the edge rusher the linebacker from the Arizona Cardinals, who is entering free agency. He's from Camden, New Jersey, went to Temple, kind of had a breakout year this year where he was playing like less than 60% of snaps the first, I want to say half of the season. Then he was playing pretty much every snap in the second half. So they kind of I guess they figured it out. Finished with 12.5 sacks and 6 forced fumbles. But you got to keep in mind, he had himself a freaking day against the goddamn Giants when he had 5 sacks and 3 forced fumbles. So it's take away that game. What is he really? And you got to also keep in mind that was Daniel Jones at his probably least mobile. He was extremely immobile with that hamstring and ankle injury. Hamstring coming into it, and then ankle that he suffered during the game early on. I'm not so high on Hassan Reddick. Spot Track has him valued at $9.1 million per year, and he would only be the 13th highest paid outside linebacker in the NFL. This is one of those things where it's do you want to risk it for the biscuit? You know what I'm saying? And I don't.